We've been following up with some wives and mothers who have changed their lives dramatically and inspired others. Now, I'm talking to Chris and Stephanie. And one of the issues that I've talked about is that when you go through what you go through, and you're in the 4 or 5 months of sobriety now as well, and so both of you work hard to get to that point, then you have to make decisions about what in your life is constructive for you to do and what's not. I want to go over some things, Chris, that I think are important, and I want you to talk to me about these things and tell me how someone gets their mind around this as to whether it's toxic or whether it's not. You say over the last 5 years that Chris has gotten physical with you, has hit you 4 times.
Yeah, 4 times.
You've had 2 restraining orders to keep you away from her, correct?
Correct.
Over the last 4 years, the older kids have seen you drunk and abusive with Stephanie, correct?
Right. I've had my demons.
You've kicked her out of bed, locked her out of the bedroom, thrown things. You said you love the kids, but yet you're not really involved with them even when you have the opportunity to be. You've canceled her credit cards. You've done everything you can to sabotage her in that way. You showed up in New York City in February of last year, drunk, expecting to find you with another man, and in fact, 6 months later, put a note in Stephanie's boss's wife's mailbox saying she was sleeping with him. You pulled her out of the bathroom by her hair, which she had to get the first restraining order. Said there would be consequences against her, so you got a second restraining order. You cheated on her in July of this year. That doesn't sound to me like you really want to be in the relationship.
Well, you know, I've had my own anger issues that I have addressed in anger management. Okay, so I'm trying to better myself in that area. Okay. Also, knowing Stephanie's a drug addict and her not coming clean with me about that also fueled my anger. But doing a lot of stuff behind my back also.
Chris once told me it was my job to fill his belly and empty his. You might want to bleep that out.
How do you get past that?
That's a really good question, and that's why I'm here with you. I don't know how to get past that. I don't know how to get past that. I don't know how to. Now it's been so long since he's forced me to be defensive and taken my love and put it aside, that even though he's really trying and he really is, you know, but I wait for the other shoe to drop. Things were going really well when I found him in bed with somebody else. I don't know what possesses him from not doing it again.
Right, but here's the thing. I ask guests that come on here to answer some important questions. One is to identify the 10 defining moments, 7 critical choices, and the 5 pivotal people that you've encountered in your life. And these are some of the things that she listed. One of the defining moments in her life was getting married to you because it made her less of who she was. Having you kicked out of the house so you couldn't manage her with intimidation and fear anymore. Critical choices, choosing to let you, Chris, treat her poorly and put her in a dark place. Deciding that you would no longer be able to run her life through intimidation and suffering. Now, if those are the things you believe, and I'm not saying that you deserve all of that or not, I think you can make a pretty good case that you've done some things that would warrant anyone having bad feelings about that. But if what you're saying is defining moments in your life negatively have been involved with this union and positively have been involved when you have stepped away from it, why would either one of you subject yourself to this right now unless and until you get separate, serious counsel that says you have some basis within tight boundaries to start building your relationship back. This is a toxic, toxic relationship. And you are not husband material right now, and you are not wife material right now. What you have to do is survive right now. And to enter this toxic relationship is not a good thing. To what you can do, what I recommend that you do is, frankly, I don't think you're ready for couples therapy. I don't think you two should go to marriage counseling right now. I think you would screw it up. I think you would say things and do things that it's hard to unring a bell. You can say and do some things that you a year later, you know, I wish I hadn't said that day. I think right now there are things you need to do with you. There are things that you need to do with you before you start coming together, or you're going to do so much damage that you'll never have a chance for this relationship to breathe on its own. I think you need to do some things individually first, and then when those professionals believe it is constructive to come together, to start coming together. That might be a week, a month, 6 months, I don't know. But that's my recommendation to you at this point. All right, up next, we're going to meet a woman who is just 2 weeks sober, and she says that she owes it all to Stephanie. I'm going to get you guys some right now help.